What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. Those catch replay, though. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for these live chats in the future. You can take part right along with us. So, kind of impromptu. George's back in town, back in this country, and we're going to jump on the phone and catch up this evening. Talked for a little bit this morning. I was like, and it dawned on me, I was like, what the hell? Let's just catch up in a live stream with you guys. What the hell? I'm sure 99% of what we talk about, y'all'd like to be involved in any damn way. So, here we are. We're going to do a live stream. We'll have George on here in just a little bit. Wife didn't open the package yet. So it's Bzan and 2010's in there as well. So because I've smelled Bzan, Heidi was part of the testing and everything. It's a little too feminine for me personally. I know a lot of you have gotten your bottles that are loving it. Some of you agree a little too feminine. Some of you are like, hey, I can totally love it. Told you. Told you that was going to be the case. It's the most feminine leaning. It's the reimagining of the women's, with kind of a little bit of a newer twist on it. It's the most feminine leaning Zaharoff fragrance, so it's the most ladies appropriate. But there's a lot of fellas that are going to get some joy out of it, as I figured, and as I have been seeing from the feedback. So no surprises there. Links pinned in the chat if you want to check it out. He still has it set at that, pretty much the pre-sale pricing, and you can still save 10% using the link. If you want to check anything out, he's got just a few bottles left of it, and that's pretty much going to be it for this year. I think it's going to come back next year. And when I say just a few bottles left, I mean, handful of handfuls, kind of, not to say the exact number, but way less than 100 is what we'll say, available if you want to check it out, or you could wait till next year when it comes back. As far as what I'm wearing today, nice and fruity and tropical, some good stuff right here. House of Destan, Game of Joy. For those of you that saw my first impressions, it did leak. It was very unfortunate. That's why I'm missing roughly 7 or 8 ml. I'm sure if I was to, reach out to them, they would replace it as any other customer as well. I'm not concerned with it, though. But if I was a paying customer and it wouldn't have been sent to me, I'm sure I would have been like, hey, this happened. Show them the video and all that good stuff. Because, I actually have video evidence of that being the case, me unboxing it. So I'm sure they would take care of any of you. But worth a sample. Check out my video on it. A lot of pear, juicy, syrupy pear, mango, passion fruit, spice. I love it. I love it. Wife likes it. I'm going to get a lot of wear this summer. That's what we're rocking here today. C4 Strawberry Blast is the caffeine junkie drink of choice. Seiko Mod Daytona, because I know somebody's going to see it and ask with meteorite dial. If it would focus, that would be great. There you go. Seiko Mod Daytona, meteorite dial, Seiko Quartz chronograph movement. I forgot the exact number. And I think that pretty much covers everything. Let me get the focus to come on back to me. We'll get caught up in the chat and we'll bring George in whenever he shows up, which usually around 10 or so minutes in. Mauricio, fellow Dragon Lady. Zaharoff Orum, the original old 99 bottle. Looking swole. Well, thank you, sir. Cap delt's going on. You know what I mean? We're definitely getting nice and lean. We got a lot of adjustments coming. Peak week is a few days away. Got a training the next couple of days, posing Sunday with some abs while fasted Sunday. We add a little bit of food on Monday, believe it or not, without changing any cardio. Mr. Miyagi is going to be working his magic, my coach. So peak week is his specialty. So whatever he wants. We're even going to be training full body Thursday night when I get to Alabama at the hotel gym. He's going to meet me in my hotel, and we got a specific upper butt full body workout we're going to do with the equipment that's available. So I'm excited. We're 9 days out from stepping on stage for the first of the 2 shows for this season. So pretty excited. Profumo, goated, sin of the evening. Note del Chianti Anima Libera. I tried. I don't know if I nailed it or not. Can't wait to check out 2010 tomorrow. A lot of people have been digging that. He ended up doing 50% concentration. It'll never come back again. It was about 250 bottles. He had to cancel a lot of orders to make it work because he wanted to ramp up that oil concentration and really make it special for those that did get it. They are numbered. He told me I got number 3 right there, which I didn't even think I was going to get a bottle, so you can make sure to get them to you guys. But yeah, it's exciting stuff. It's good. And George isn't a fan of that one either, and a lot of people are loving it, But it's a big part of his story, and it's a moment in time, piece of history. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jason, good to see you. Got home from my daughter's field day at school. Showered. Scent of the night is ARC 2010. There we go. What's up, Dan? Wearing signature rosé. Now we're talking. Masterpiece, sir. Masterpiece. I saw you've been putting it anywhere and everywhere. Yes. I saw you've been putting it everywhere on every social media profile I have, I think, as well as in the Facebook groups and all that stuff. So yeah, anybody looking for Cinque Terre, it's like 103 or something like that. I think that's before the code. But yeah, Cinque Terre, pine needles and salt water. Really strong, too. It's a good one from Mancera. It's definitely a good one. Signature Royale X and Club de Nuit per show. Excellent 1-2 punch. Good to see you, sir. Blue de Chanel EDP. I mean, you never go wrong with Blue de Chanel of any kind, right? Luis, good to see you, sir. Original Vetiver and Seraphim Red. Excellent choices. John, good to see you, sir. I hope he was the first comment. I hope you enjoyed your wedding fragrance video. He was one of the many people that requested it, and he happened to be the first comment. So hope you enjoyed it. Odyssey Tyrant. Max de Fritas, Aqua de Parma, Sandalo, the concentrate or the, because I know there's more than one version. I haven't tried any of them, but Sandalo concentrate always kind of has piqued my interest over the years, and I never got around to trying it yet. I know it's like a warm sandalwood fragrance, not a creamy one. Might have to check that one out. You're kind of reminding me by wearing it. Nico Sculpture Parfum. I would recommend getting that over the regular one. It's the same for, it's like $20 just like the regular one, and it's just literally an amped up oil concentration of the original's formula. They didn't change anything. Linen Vetiver, I'm assuming Banana Republic. Good to see you, sir. Acro Awake coffee fragrance. Hell yeah, mine's right here. Mine's still right here. We'll watch the replay later. No worries, sir. Happy birthday, Kara with a K. Lamal Le Parfum, nice and powdery, spiced and ambery. Great choice. Hope you're enjoying your birthday. Hope your leg's feeling much better today as well. Mr. M.A. Styles, Summer Ocean Wave. That's the new one that's hitting the rack stores, I believe. I think Mr. M.A. Styles actually sent me a picture on Instagram about it. It's at the rack stores. I'm going to have to go pop my head in at Raw Stress for Less and see if they got it. I'm Rude Wet Stone. Always a treat. I appreciate that, Barry. Hope you enjoy. Scott, good to see you, sir. Zaharoff Mephisto, my favorite Zaharoff fragrance. We got 93 in the first 7 minutes. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on your way in. It does indeed help. Millesime Imperial, George Atkinson's favorite fragrance, which next September we will be getting the Millesime Imperial video. So, Signature Rosé. Always put a smile on my face when somebody's wearing that. Wish I'd have bought it sooner. First Zaharoff, immediately top five of my collection too, man. Absolute masterpiece. Couldn't agree more. There's not a rose. I love rose fragrances. A lot of them. A lot of rose fragrances. Nothing tops it for me. Literally nothing tops it for me. Anfar Midnight Intense. Never tried that one. It's Essential by Rasasi. Basically, the last standing hope of YSL L'Homme Ultime. How are you, sir? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Yes, you did, as does everyone else. It's to keep a lot of the troll bullshit down. I mean, some of them will still do it, wait their 14 days, make their one bullshit comment and get blocked, but at least they got to work for it a little bit and be a subscriber for 2 weeks. So it is for your benefit for less riffraff nonsense in the live stream. It is a good thing. Kadlaj Island, one of the best clones in my collection. I agree. I have the Vanilla Dunes one, the Altair clone coming. That fragrance by Hall will be here Saturday. So 2010 is my sin of the night. Number 116 for Bo. Guilty pleasure fragrance. That's a good question. I have to give that some thought. I don't really, I guess technically it would be Coconut Lagoon these days because I look forward to when it's time to shave because I wear it when I shave every week, whether that's once or twice. And because it layers so well with the Virgin Island Water Clone shave set that I use, Sphinx Beard Caribbean Island, because it's basically mixing Virgin Island water with Coconut Lagoon. So I get the candy side of that type of profile with the pina colada side of it, the boozy creaminess with the sugary sweet citrus, and some caramel. So I guess technically that's my guilty pleasure because I really look forward to that every week. Good to see you, sir. Welcome back. Homage Guidance 46. Ooh, big spender. That's some pricey stuff right there. French Defense. Oh, definitely a soft live stream clap for that. Good to see you, sir. Seraphim Red. We got 2 in the chat with Seraphim Red. Steel Warrior. Good to see you, sir. Silver Blue. FWO for life. Indeed. Jeffrey Zero. Good to see you, sir. Citrine. Huge order of 2010, number 102. Bzan for the lady. Signature Citrine with the balm and soap. The balm is where it's at. That's still my favorite Zaharoff product. It's a banger. It's really good. Bergamask and Jasada Ambassador. Great choices. When it comes to customer service, George Zaharoff is indeed the gold standard. I agree. I'm sure there'll be some customer service. Hey, let's try to let him relax and chill. But, I mean, if something comes up, y'all know him. He'll grab his laptop and take care of it. These live streams are a prime example of how on the ball he is with his customer service. It's a big separator for him. But I'm hoping nobody has any issues and he can just relax and we can just have a good conversation, you know. It's perfect extra touch, fantastic quality, and top-tier fragrances indeed. Chrome Extreme, beautiful, beautiful aquatic. Great to see you as well, sir. Surprisingly, second stream this week. Wasn't expecting. Yeah, this was kind of impromptu. Never tried that one from Tiziana Terenzi. Good to see you, Marcus. Marcus had a birthday this week as well. A lot of birthdays this week. The people in my world, between viewers, the wife, moderators, friends, a lot of birthdays this week. When y'all see Kara, her birthday was yesterday as well. Y'all make sure to let Kara know happy birthday because I'm sure she'll pop up at some point. And I believe Marcus's birthday was Tuesday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. So y'all definitely happy belated birthday to Marcus. Y'all let him know. Polos and Jays. Finally on time. Artisan Blue, that's such a good one. That's still my favorite John Barbados fragrance. I saw Kuba's TikTok about what your fragrance says about you, and he got to that one. I wish I lasted longer when he showed that one, and he said that's what she said. It's hilarious because, yeah, it's like a 3 or 4 hour fragrance, but it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's so good. It's still my favorite cheap spring fragrance. It is not blue. It is green. It is colored and named wrong. That is green as green gets. It's so good. Hope Buttercup is watching. I highly doubt that. A lot of sensitive folk. So one of the most recent comments of douchebags that got blocked a little while ago before we went live was, the more cut up my guy gets, the more aggro he gets, LOL. So you already lost me with can't type the word aggravated, you lazy fuck. Aggro. All right, douche. But on top of that, what about that was aggravated? I thought it would be funny. Most comments were laughing emojis. I thought that would be funny. The time when I do random shorts like that, I'm like, this will have some entertainment value. This will get a lot of engagement, and this will probably get a good bit of views. This is a shorts video worth doing. A little rant, a little cracking some joke, or that one was sarcastic. You know, the world revolves around you. Hey, Buttercup, all that. I do those intentionally. I'm not a fool. You know, I make content full-time every day of my life for years and years and years now. I'm not too shabby at this content making thing. Without having to have extravagant edits, I make some somewhat engaging, entertaining comment in some form or fashion. So there's nothing me being aggravated about it. It's hilarious. Like all the little sensitive fellows, like the ones that say I have anger issues and stuff. And it's like, there was no attitude in the certain things. And it's like, if you think that's angry and aggravated, what kind of sensitive fuck are you? You know? So Steel Warrior, you have no idea some of the dumb shit I see. Because basically, the reason I block people that say things like this is off camera, I'd never hang out with these people. I would never want to be their friend. So it's like, why do I want to engage on the internet with people I would never like, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Nah, I'd be like, hey, fuck you. Move on with your life. You know? So that's basically, I view it. Would I hang out with you off this camera? And if the answer is without a bit of hesitation, no. Hi, user from channel. Let's keep it moving. So that's basically what that amounts to. Because everybody weeds themselves out. Everybody can't help themselves with the little comments they put. Z-Quill. Watch out now. Creed Original Vetiver that's featured in the wedding video. It's a beautiful fragrance. No, they changed it. I mean, I don't think they changed the formula, but they're rebottling a lot of their fragrances. But no, that's a staple in the Creed collection. I can't imagine them ever discontinuing Original Vetiver. Good to see you, Anthony. Yeah, for sure. I had several that made other names for this gentleman. It was hilarious. I'm on the bottom now before they're gone from discounters. I mean, it's up to you. If you feel like it's something you need to add to your collection and you don't want to run the risk of it being different later, then yeah, that's a reasonable argument. But don't feel like you have to spend the money. I don't think Original Vetiver, even if they rename it to Creed Vetiver and change the bottle, I think they changed the bottle a little bit, but I don't think that it's a staple for them. That's like saying Green Irish Tweed's going to go away or Aventus is going to. That's not going to happen. I don't think, anyways. So I think you're safe. But I mean, if you're ready to pull the trigger and you got the money to do it, fuck it, go for it. You know. Kix Griffey, my guy. We got 2 in the chat wearing Rasasi's It's Essential. Kix Griffey, approved FWO Wolfpack for Life Yak Mob. Good to see you, sir. It's a beautiful watch. Okay, Mecha Quartz movement. I think that is actually which movement it is, the Mecha Quartz movement. Yeah, I love the dial on it, that meteorite dial. That's exactly why I got it, because I'm not really a chronograph guy. I'm more of a diver kind of guy. This let me just take the damn thing off. It's easier to show you that way instead of trying to twist my arm every which way. It's just, the dial's a big selling point for me on this one. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, the black bezel's a nice touch. Very neutral, sporty watch. But I'm mainly a diver kind of guy. I like divers. Been having my eye on an Ocean Crawler core diver for a couple of years now. I think depending on how I place next week, I might buy myself the Spring 2025, the white bezel, white face core diver with mesh bracelet. If I take first in both my classes, I think I'll treat myself with a nice Ocean Crawler watch. I think that's what I'll do. So I see a fan. I see someone standing up. I don't even see a neck, and it's been for a while. I don't know if he thinks he's on camera, so that's why I haven't brought him on yet. Because he's back there I see a chest and a fan, you know. Novice Nose, my guy. Appreciate the super chat. Mandarino di Sicilia. Just got Cinque Terre in the mail today. Rocking that this weekend. We appreciate you, sir. So, guys, we're going to skip on down here to the bottom now that we have him in place. I can see his face. We will be bringing on the man of the hour here in just a moment. So let me skip to the bottom. I apologize. Birthday was Monday. I was off by a day. Okay, my apologies, Marcus. I was close. Jeremiah, I don't tolerate being told what to do and not to do, sir. You know, you've been around for years now. You've seen enough of the content where I jump down people's throat when they tell me to ignore stuff. I always address things as I see fit. Please do not tell me what I should and should not do, sir. But thank you. Trelonius, is that how you say that? Just got Club de Nuit Intense Man Extrait de Parfum. Not impressed. Doesn't have the projection longevity for me. I wonder if it's a nose fatigue thing, because I go pretty nose blind to it on it versus like the limited edition Parfum. I don't have the same level of nose fatigue with it. But man, I hope it shakes out for you. Maybe give it a couple more chances. Maybe let it sit for a little bit. But I appreciate the super chat. So trying to make my way to the bottom. I appreciate that, Jeremiah. Now look, Doug, I've fussed him in the past and he's gotten like really butthurt and messaged me like he's mad at me. So don't get mad at me for this. Take it in stride. Just for anyone watching, every time somebody tells me, oh, you should ignore, I don't like to hear that. I do and say as I please 24/7, guys. Just if y'all don't like what I post in a certain instance, please just move on to the next piece of content. You know, that's best for everyone, because I'm always going to do and say what I feel best at any given moment. So, and Seikos are the way to go. The NH35 movement on this Date Just mod, it's like standard. It's a standard bearer for me for sure. Moschino Toy Boy is a beautiful fragrance. Nice and fresh, spicy rose. And then we're actually making it to the bottom. Ocean Crawler. Great Lakes looks great. The brand as a whole. Like I want to get the blue and orange Stingray band with it as well. If I do, I'm only going to treat myself if it warrants a reward, you know. And last one, and we'll bring George on. Roy, good to see you, sir, all the way over the pond. Burlington 1819. It's my 41st birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you, sir. And Burlington 1819 is my very special occasion fragrance. Well, happy birthday to you, my man. 199 super chat from Arizona Cougars football. Got to be close to the ability to chat. I did remember it. 14 days, my man. 14 days. Today is Jonathan's mom's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your mom. Sent to Paradise, good to see you. All right, now, we made it to the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chill up, Grim. Got to hop off, but I'll catch the replay. Appreciate you, sir. Good, glad you're able to stop by at least for a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, back from Italy in his world travels, the most traveled man I know and probably ever will know, Mr. George Zaharoff. Good to see you.
Hello. Hello.
I like the lighting setup you got going for this.
You like it?
I do. I like the color tones. It
It
actually matches the backdrop we have here very well.
Oh, look at that.
Like perfectly.
And we didn't plan this.
Not at all. This is a happy accident for sure.
And they change color. They change as we go along. So I feel so up to date. My sister was asking me some questions about the outside of the house, and I go, well, you know, this happened, and then she goes, how do you know what's going on? I go, I got cameras everywhere. I'm like up to date. I know if a door opens, if there's movement, that's up to date. Everything's hooked on to the app. I recommend that for everyone to have all their lighting on their phone. It's pretty cool.
I unfortunately don't have that set up in here, but maybe once we move next year, because obviously setup's going to totally change.
Yeah, because you have because you could get the you know what you need. I'm gonna say for happy birthday to I think I saw Roy. Happy birthday to Roy.
Roy's birthday today. Yeah, we had a lot of birthdays this week. A lot.
Because
like everyone that I'm aware of.
Because everyone was having sex in the cold winter night in the cold winter days, and they're having babies in the spring. That's the way you do it.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Hi,
so Georgie, how was the trip? Seemed like you had a lot of events going on.
Right. I think every time that we tried to talk, it was I'm
going to dinner. I've got this. I'm at the event now. It's every time. Yeah.
It was I went there to visit the stores, and what I do is I like to do like mini events. I like to introduce myself to the customers. We're in 50 stores in Italy. And so it was during the day, travel, in the evening, the event, and then get home at 11, 12 o'clock, dead to the world. And then you wake up and it's another plane, train. It got to the point where I just hired a Sprinter van and a driver just because I can't.
Well, you need the Sprinter van for the guy that carries the camera and the fanboy that follow you around, and then the lighting guy, you know, because for those of you that didn't know, they always stand to where you can't see him, but there's a guy carrying perfect lighting, fanning George while he's being recorded. This has been for years.
And now I need a water person to be following me around with a straw and a bottle of water.
You are open in many countries now. I think you could add another person to the
team. One to it, yes. Yeah. But
this has been a running joke for years, by the way, guys.
Yeah. But you know, I was thinking that I don't know. It was just a passing thought in my head of no, I'm not going to share it. It's better not to share it.
That's up to you. No, NKT says you have too much aura.
I have too much aura. Thank you, NKT. Yeah. I appreciate it. I don't know if that's good. Too much is usually too much, meaning I have more than.
Thing. Huh? That's the new thing is how much aura you have. It's it's kind of in a way the new version of swagger.
Oh really?
Yeah,
is that what the aura is?
Basically, your aura, your energy, your vibe, you know, kind of all plays in together.
But I had gone. I went to Rome to talk to all of the. To talk to the what's the group of the for the Pope? What's it called? What's the
I don't know. I don't know the group's name.
There's a group that comes together to decide on the Pope. I can't believe I forgot it. So I had to convince them, not the cabal. Guys, what is it called? The bishops. What's the group called? Come on. I'm trying the Cardinals, yes. But the group is called Enclave, yes. So I had to talk to the Enclave and persuade them to bring a pope that's literally 15 minutes away from my home. The conclave, yeah. Isn't that pretty cool? The Pope is.
Jason's birthday just got better with the presence of you, George, with your presence.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, it's the conclave. We got a bunch of people
Bless you.
saying conclave.
The conclave, and so they brought a Pope that is from the south suburbs of Chicago, Ross. How about that?
I saw.
Isn't that cool?
Prevost being the last name, is a lot of down the bayou jokes because that's a South Louisiana last name, Prevost as well. So, like my childhood friend group from my fantasy leagues, it was like that's the most Dularge sounding Pope name of all time, which any of you from South Louisiana know what Dularge is. So.
And you know, like because we are famous for our Italian beef sandwiches. Did you ever have an Italian beef while you were here? Did we ever go for that? No, right?
No, we always go for either Italian pizza, poke bowls. Like we always do the same thing.
Yeah. And so when you get Italian beef, it's Italian beef in a big loaf of bread. And when you want it to be dipped into the au juice, they call it that you want it baptized. So there's things going around in the south suburb of Chicago.
Did you call it au juice?
Au juice, au jus, au jus. And so they have these things, these memes of the Pope holding a big Italian going into the baptismal font of.
I've seen that meme actually. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
So now you know what that means.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, I went to Rome and I drove down the coast and it was a good time. It was very surreal. My brain is still trying to catch up to the reality of it all. The top selling fragrances are Orum, Coco Loco, and Black Rose, and Citrine is kind of eking in there.
I would have thought Citrine would have been top 2.
The Citrine was just launched when I was there, so we'll have to see.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was part of that first batch.
Right. And we're slowly. I have to slowly do it because there's 15 fragrances.
A lot. More than 15.
Yeah, and yeah, I can't launch all of them because it's a lot of upfront capital. And I just want to be careful because in the past I've overexpanded too quickly and I don't want to do that this time. I just want to enjoy it and have fun. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
So thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
So I actually didn't ask him because he's been traveling so much. I would assume it probably would be conflicting. George, you want to come to the June competition? I'm sure next week is short notice.
So next week, I'm going to be traveling. June when?
June 21st. I figured you'd be traveling. That's the one here in Panama City Beach.
Oh, really? I'd like to. I promised I'd come down and visit you. Let's see, because I'm going to be in Greece.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we've been talking him coming to the beach.
Yeah, I wanted to come down. Maybe I'll do that. I have to check my schedule.
You got the extra room. Super comfortable, brand new bed. It's only been slept in by 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 times. You know, my daughter and son-in-law, and my mom and stepdad. You know,
it'll be nice. I might do that actually. Let me look into it. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, don't feel pressured because, like I said, I didn't even bother asking him this time because I know he's doing a lot of traveling right now. And I didn't know if it would conflict or anything. So I didn't want to put that pressure to make him feel like, because I don't want you to feel obligated. Like, oh, you came last year, you should definitely come this year, you know? But that'd be great if you can. If you can't.
Yeah. Let's see. The 21st is a Saturday?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. It's the 3rd Saturday next month, I think.
So I want to make sure that Jeremiah knows that there's love going out to him.
Yeah, so I fussed him a little bit. And in the past, if I fussed him, he got upset with me. So it was like, because what it is I know every time somebody says this, they mean, well, we've had this conversation. Oh, ignore the haters. Don't say anything. When I make these little comical little shorts videos once in a while on a funny comment, and because I did one today where I was being a smart ass, I said, well, hey, Buttercup, my apologies, my bad. I won't recommend this fragrance anymore. Make me a list of what else I shouldn't recommend anymore. Just had a little fun with it. I was very serious, you know, and that's all it was. And like I was telling them at the beginning of the stream, I make content full time for years and years and years. When I see a piece of content that I think will engage and do well in viewership, I'm usually going to do it. And I thought, oh, this will be a good one to make people laugh. And it did for the most part. So that's what it was referring to. And he was telling me, oh, ignore it, don't, which happens all the time. And I kind of fussed him like, no, I'll do whatever I want all the time. So that's where that was from. No ill will. I love Jeremiah. I just don't want him to get mad at me because I definitely fussed.
I think that the amount of how do I say this? I want to say it and maybe not say it, but the sheer amount of attention that you get for you not to give a little bit back, I get it. Like
That's my
I
point.
won't do it, but the amount that it is when it comes to you, and I think it's a nice little stress reliever for you. And so
I have a little bit of fun with it, is what it
yeah,
amounts. When it's a fun one, now if it's really malicious, yeah, I'm not going to do anything with something
right,
malicious. But when it's something that I can playfully crack a couple of jokes about, I'll usually have a little fun with it. And a
right,
lot of the times, it's not necessarily some troll account. It's usually like a real person saying something. Well,
right,
I mean, the troll accounts are real people, but you know what I mean. Like they're not coming at me in a necessarily always in a malicious manner, but it might be like a bit out of line where I'm like, hey, let's have a little fun and crack a joke on their
right.
behalf.
I think
Basically, it's no harm, no foul. I don't mean any ill will when I do the stuff. I think it'll be entertaining, is what it amounts
and
to.
Jeremiah knows, and Jeremiah, we've known Jeremiah for such a long time,
Years.
and
Yeah, years.
and so there's love, and so I have a funny story though. I had a
Tell
flight,
me.
I had a purser Nazi on my flight on Swiss going to Zurich.
You had a
This
what, Nazi?
a purser, the purser of the flight over to Zurich from Chicago was no blanket for you. I got
Oh
sued
God.
out for grabbing a blanket.
Y'all don't understand when he wants his little nappy naps in his business class seat. He's got to have his blanket.
And I'm cold, so I got a
I'm paying for the full experience. I want the full
yeah.
experience guy, and I get it. He's paying for it. He should get it. You know.
And I don't, and I'm not like nasty to people,
No,
but
George is way nicer than I am.
I was. She came running down the aisle. What are you doing? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm cold. I wanted to just grab a blanket from an empty seat. Those don't belong to you. I go, well, do you have extra? Yes. Okay. Here, take it. No, you already opened it. Oh my God. So I go to the other flight attendant. I'm like,
Mauricio said, "Dragon Lady says no blanket for Georgie.
no blanket for George.
No blanket for you."
And I have millions of miles under my belt. I told the other flight attendant, I go, is she the purser of the flight? Yes. I go, I have to tell you, in all my 30 years of flying, millions of miles under my belt, she is the nastiest human being I've ever come across. And I said, there's other ways of saying it. Are you cold? Can I get you a blanket? Those are for other passengers. Those are for whoever. My mother, I like the way it looks. I don't know. But yes, I had the
Instead of
blanket.
"Excuse me, sir, I know these business class tickets are what pays my salary."
Of course, like I mean, but
That's the truth, guys. That's
you
a
don't.
premium seat. You
It's
know,
crazy, and I said that
complain.
especially where I'm sitting. I go, but she goes, "I'm glad you got it out of your system," and we had a laugh of it. So as I was leaving the plane, she comes to me and she goes, "Don't forget to write." So that means this bitch causes problems for
Oh, so they
everybody.
don't like her.
Yeah,
Get her off our plane.
yeah.
Get her off our crew. Help
Make
us get her
sure.
off here.
Yeah,
That's what that is. Please help,
nasty.
George.
Yeah, and like she
Oh
was
man.
the blonde. She was the blonde with that. What is the
Karen haircut. Can I speak to your manager haircut?
It was something like that, but like
Like the
the
shortcut?
who? Wait. Yes, exactly. And it
Yeah.
was like on a like off
That
kilter too.
slant.
So yes, exactly. Like
Like it starts shorter and it goes
yeah,
longer as it gets to the front.
that's
Yep.
exactly it. Yeah, that's
Can I
it.
speak to the manager?
It's like what the fuck?
That's someone that'll order a medium steak, and if it's a little medium well or a little medium rare, they're sending it back.
That's me.
Yeah.
No, that's not me.
Not
That's
you
not
at
me.
all. I've had a bunch of steaks with you. That is not you at all.
That's not me. Listen, Mike, I don't go through life trying to create disharmony, and I don't do that. But there's some people that come into your world that are like, oh hell no. So anyway, so that was my little excursion. So everything's good with the world. When we filled 2010, it was filled in Texas, and she cut the sprayers, the actuators, and some of them, if you're not using a
I
sharp
saw some people
instrument,
saying it wasn't, their atomizers weren't working. I
so
did see that today.
it would pinch the bottom. So when you're trying to actuate it, there's nothing going to go in it. So if anyone has a bottle that is the actuator, just send it to me and I'll roll it out. We're all done with the 2010s. They're sold out. I oversold it. I had to give almost 200 bottles refunds, awful, which is, it's about 40 grand or whatever it was. And I don't like doing that.
Well, yeah.
But
At the end of the day, this is a business.
But I want to show you, I want you to see something. Did you see, Ross? Do you have your old bottle?
Yes.
Take a look at this. So this bottle that Ross has initially was filled in 2010, 15 years ago.
Like 08.
Yeah, maybe even earlier. And so that was filled then. What's your thoughts on people in the U.S. mainly wearing hoodies, sweatpants, joggers, and leggings right now nonstop? I miss jeans and khakis. Joni, I think that
that's a funny question.
Fashion is fashion, and we're in an era now where it's all about relaxed.
George wears 99% of the time clogs.
Yeah, but I have
clogs. But that's my thing. Like, that's his hoodie and sweatpants. Everybody's got their comfort item.
Right. But but you have to say my clogs are like Givenchy and Fendi.
Well, yeah, and Balmain
and my Valentino clogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's wearing designer clogs, but still clogs.
But I think that it's fashion, Is it nice to the eye? Do I want to see couture when I'm walking around? Of course. But even when I'm traveling and I'm in the hotels and I'm in look at the difference.
Well, one's 50% too.
Well, not only that, but it has aged. The juice aged for 15 years.
This sat in the dark in an unopened container for well over a decade.
But it was sealed from the perfume house. It had never been opened.
This had been filled with alcohol years ago. Like this was in bottles and boxes, whereas this was pure oil that he sent to the lab to have cut with perfumer's alcohol and everything. Yeah.
And so when you
this is far superior to this.
You have number 3.
Yeah, because I got my decan of it right here.
Love you too, Jeremiah. Kara, happy belated birthday.
Yes, everybody tell Kara happy belated birthday. Her birthday was yesterday.
So for those of you that have supported me with 2010 and with Bzan, thank you. Or for supported me throughout the years, thank you very much.
For those of you that missed out or like, where's a note breakdown? Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So Ross is good at with descriptives, and we're going to do this together. Ross, can you flip? What is the backside shows that this was something that was in my basement.
That's our story.
And my basement's a portal, and it will take me to wherever I need to go.
It actually is. You guys have no idea what walking through that basement is like. I've got a robe from the 2000s.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. A money clip from 99.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So there is it. That's it, guys. The box, if you notice, the edges are hand painted gold. So this box was made in Germany by a printing press that does gold gravure. It's called. They don't exist anymore.
You had these made 2 decades ago, right?
Yep. This box was made in 2000. And when I had closed up the fragrance in 2001, I had destroyed all the inventory because I didn't want to be tempted of dumping product in the gray market. And the only thing
in the prestige.
Yeah, and the only thing that I took with me when I left was a box. It was like 750 of those boxes that Ross is holding in his hand. So that box is literally from the year 2001.
So this black, this is a sticker or painted?
It's a sticker.
It's a sticker. So this is added on to tell the story.
Right.
This wasn't printed like this. This is the 2 black pieces are newer.
And it flips over because times have changed. I have to have it with the symbols have changed. All the things have changed of how you have to mark. There you go. And then on the front side is, there you go. And the 2010 is my handwriting. And I thought that.
And it's very of the era font.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you the story of this. So when I closed the perfume house in 2001 and I tried to revive it in 2010, they lost Quest that made the Quest was the oil house. It was a boutique French oil house, was bought by Givaudan. They lost the formula of the Orum, and they submitted several of the men's fragrance, and 2010 was it, but I did not like it. It was too synthetic. And so That's 2010. Fast forward to 20, I
And
think
this is
25
far
years
more
ago.
synthetic than this. This is way smoother.
You smelled
It's
it?
matured so differently.
Oh,
No,
so
I haven't smelled since you upped it to 50%.
okay,
It's
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
percentage that decant is of the
Yeah.
oil that you sent me weeks ago.
Right. That was
While these were waiting to be filled, he sent me a
19%.
decant of the oil.
Yeah, of
that we have here, and we
19%.
did a live stream and talked about it. It's a little boozy. It's very warm, woody, and resinous. It's not as aromatic barbershop-esque as the original was.
And there's no coloring in that. 2010 has no coloring at all. And so
yeah, there's no artificial color and additives.
So there's only 250. Someone said to bring it back, clone it. Think about it, guys. It's been sitting there for 15 years. It's like an aged wine. It's impossible to get what's in that bottle. It's impossible. So I know you do, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, we're good.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're cool. He definitely comes to defense. We talk off camera. We have for years. That's why it's like I feel bad to fuss him, but it's like no. That's why I said you of all people know better. You've been around for years. That I just do whatever when I feel it. So
it's good, Jeremiah. We're good, and Ross is good too. I know he is. So
that's why I apologize after. It's like don't get mad at me, but because I know I'm fussing.
And I appreciate you
people I'm friendly with, they don't like if I fuss them.
And I appreciate you sticking up for me, Jeremiah. I've seen it.
Likewise.
I've seen you, and I appreciate it a lot. So, grazie, grazie, molto grazie. So anyway, so now let's. So the 2010 has been sitting there for 15 years. I want to see what you think, Ross.
Sure. Let's spray it. I have nothing on my hands. Let's see if I got one that has an atomizing problem. I do not. Much stronger than the decant. Wow. It's way stronger than that decant. I can taste it. Oh my God.
So
Kara, sorry for the F-bomb. Kara will curse you the fuck out on the internet if you say something about me. Anyone watching? Just letting y'all know, Kara got my back. That's for sure.
So if I ever open another store, it will be a smaller boutique. I will never have a 3-story flagship store. Well, never say never. I don't know. What do you think, Ross?
Yes. So Randy was asking, he said, George, where's my tea fragrance earlier? And I looked at the camera and I said, patience. Randy.
Patience.
Yeah, that's down the pipeline. But
Patiente, s'il vous plaît.
All right. So the lavender is very rich. It's not as spicy off top as the decant was. So guys, without changing anything in the formula and just ramping it up, because I'm sure whatever he sent me was probably 20-25%. This is at least double that. It was 30?
20.
It was 20?
Yeah.
So this is 30% higher oil concentration than what he sent me before. So it is really freaking stout. And it's all base and lavender. So I get the woodiness of the oud. It's not funky. It's not musky. It's a little animalic.
Yeah.
There's a sweetness coming through that I do not get pretty much at all in signature pour home. I don't get any. I get sweetness here, and it's quite boozy, ambery, rich, and warm.
Rich. Yeah.
Very. I want to stress the word rich. Oh, this is so much better than this.
Yeah.
Not even close. And you still don't like this?
I like this a lot better.
This is way better.
Yeah,
look, this was something that those of us that smelled years ago, were like, George, even though you don't like it, others would like this. It's like the designer version of Signature Pour Home. It's the synthetic version. This is not super synthetic smelling. This is, this could rival Signature Pour Home. Now, I personally still prefer this. I think this is fucking incredible. The Extreme.
Yeah.
I talked about it this morning in my wedding fragrance video. I think you want to be a little daring and step out at a wedding. I think that's a great choice for that. But this is something that I don't think you can really pull off in the summertime unless you just like suffocating yourself.
No,
this is really strong. This is like in the realm of leather tobacco strong.
Yep, I agree. So is Bzan. Wait until you smell Bzan.
That's what people have told me. Because the version of Bzan we have was the second to last, not the final rendition that was at 18%.
Right.
It's still Heidi testing at the same. For those who didn't know, Heidi was the guinea pig for Bloom and for Byzaan.
Right.
So she went through multiple, and she loved Bloom so much, she had me ask George to get another lab sample. She went through multiple
Right.
lab samples of Bloom. She loved Bloom, which my sister-in-law, by the way, wore Bloom for the wedding this past weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she got married in Bloom. Okay, yeah, rich is the key word
It
here.
is, and it looks
Very, very amber heavy, warm wood, not funky. I really don't find any funk to this. I know there's oud in here, and it's not funky. It's probably that same type of Chinese oud.
and you know what, Ross? This would rival something more mass like Aramis. Like it would be like that.
Because it's of the era. It definitely is.
Yeah.
It's not something that's necessarily going to come out today. Like, honestly, 2010 was late era for this profile.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is something that, like a Ralph Lauren Safari era type of fragrance. Like that right after the 80s boom of powerhouses into the 90s.
Right.
Safari came out in 92, something like that. Like that early 90s era, which would make sense because that's when you started working on the women's, was around mid 90s was when it came out, correct?
Yes.
So that makes sense. Like, this really does tell the tale because it's like trying to reimagine and bring back what came out in 97.
That's right. It's the bridge.
And it wasn't good enough for George. And because of that, down the pipeline, when he reconnected with Claude, ended up with Mon, we got Signature Pour Homme, which then has spawned the entire collection you guys see today. So it really isn't, if nothing else, for any fan of the brand. That's why it's actually a good, like, even if it only been 100 bottles, it's good that it's a limited piece for only the diehards.
That's right.
Because I saw somebody today in the Zed Lounge ask if anybody was selling a 10 ml decant, and I laughed, and somebody else put $1 million. I think it was Mauricio maybe put $1 million. I can't imagine anybody decanting this. I hope. Not because I don't want anybody to just try it, but I really hope all 250 bottles went to people that want to keep it for themselves.
I hope so too, Ross. And
That's
I hope that, and I'm Mauricio. Hi, everybody. It was Jason that was asking for the decants. That's funny. Jason, no decants for you.
No decant for you.
He has to go into a Zaharoff jail.
So it was you, Jason? I thought it was somebody else. Because I think it was Mauricio that said put the $1 million meme. I think it was a Sopranos meme or something like that. I don't remember exactly. So it is, that spice is definitely starting to come out a lot more. It's getting spicier, but it's not really a pepper. It's got a little bit more of an herbal green spicy feel to it that's starting to set in. So now it's starting to become more of a fougere type of profile, like an amber fougere. Now that it's settling down, that's probably where it stands right now. That's how I'd classify what I'm smelling, like an amber fougere.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right, Ross. And hi, everybody. I see David. Hi, everybody. Is the 4-ounce signature citrine back? Jeff, like, I have to, how do I say this? Like, we sold out.
Oh, so it was Jason that said that he'd sell a decant for $1 million.
Is that what he said? Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that.
So I didn't mean that then. Okay, Jason. I was like, Jason said that. Okay, Jason, you said for $1 million. That's a better answer. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kara. You could have, George. She's saying you could have cut it and made more bottles and more money because he was going to do it at 20 some odd percent, and that's why he was originally going to do 500 bottles.
I was. That's exactly right. But the experience. Listen, I go through the world. I move through the world expecting a certain outcome. I'm sorry, it's the truth. When I travel, when I check into my hotels, when I have my little car service, when he
wants his nap in business class, he better have his blanket.
And so if I expect that of others, I cannot, with my name on it, send something out subpar. And so
this was a good move, though.
And I'd rather refund 240 bottles than be able to send something. So that's the reason why. And I'm still not 100% like, it's beautiful. The 2010 turned out beautiful. And
George, this
remember,
is the best version I've smelled of it. I've now
right.
smelled 3 or 4 versions of it, and this is by far the one that had to come
And
out.
the 50% did the trick, so I'm happy with it.
And the beauty of this is there was no one to stop him.
Right. Oh, that's
So
true.
you
Yeah.
didn't know there might be an oil in here where they might say, because some of these oils
You're
probably don't
right.
exist on the market anymore.
You're right.
Yeah, because Mon would have probably said, oh, this one you can't go more than 38% or something like that. Like he's been stopped by them saying no, because it might be toxic at this point for this oil. And that happens. There was no one to regulate him because this oil's from 2010.
And
not theirs.
The ingredients, there might be ingredients in
And
there
some
that
of
they
these
can't
are
be sold.
probably banned ingredients.
That's right. It's 2010. Oh my God. I never
A
thought
lot
that.
has happened in 15 years in perfume.
Yep. Any updates on the 4-ounce rosé? So I'm working on the 4-ounce rosé. I filled the citrine 4-ounce, and they all sold out. That I filled all sold out in a couple days. So I'm working on it.
You had a lot of people waiting for them. Rosé and citrine 4-ounce.
Rosé is going in Italy in the fall too. You guys, I have to tell you, like, I'm so grateful. I'm just very grateful. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you.
In regards to 2010, as a wise man once said, it's getting buried with me.
Oh, that's funny. I'm glad that people are enjoying
That's
it.
the kind of stuff I want to see personally, because it's such an important part of the Zaharoff story that was almost never going to really be told with a fragrance. The fragrance was there. George just wasn't putting it out there for you guys. I knew the story. A few of us knew the story that were close to him, but you guys didn't get to experience what actually is involved in this through olfactive experience. This tells the tale of the timeline.
You're right, Ross.
It's really a beautiful story. And it completes the story. There's no stones unturned now. Think about it. There's nothing unreleased timeline-wise.
So what you're absolutely correct. You got the whole story there. And it's not part of the signature line, so it's not going to be in the booklet. I'm actually going to take it off the website. The only vestiges of it would be on the Instagram. So there's a couple questions that people are asking here. Who, if they want, I have one bottle of citrine 4-ounce. If they want it, if they want that 4-ounce, they could have it with the plate and everything. I found it on the shelf. It was behind the 2 ounces. So if you want it, George at Zaharof.com, the individual that asked for it, I don't want to get 5 emails, but the one from, if you want it, reach out to me and I'll sell it to you. Let's see, people spray 40 sprays. Hold on.
Let's do this super chat real quick before you jump into it, because you're a little bit ahead of me.
Yes.
So AZ Cougars Football just wants to thank you for reaching out about Seraphim Red. You don't know how much that means to someone newer to the brand.
So I got his email when I left the office, and I haven't responded because I get so many correspondences. I left it unread. So tomorrow I find it and I'll take care of you tomorrow. So I got your email as well. We've been going back and forth. I told him to remind me today when I'm back. I saw it on my way to the office. I'll take care of it tomorrow. Now the wallet has the billfold with two cash wells, or one. It has 2 cash wells.
It's a single cash well.
It's a single cash well.
It's one largemouth cash well.
Ross has a good memory, guys.
I have it. I've got all of the wallets. I use the minimalist one. That's my daily wallet.
And so Randy, when's your birthday? So, Jesus. So yes. So that's 2010, Ross.
It's really good, George. It's better than it was the last time. Like I said, that decant at lower oil concentration. I was like, yeah, you totally released this. This is way better than the reject bottle, because that's what we call it, the reject bottle. It was the one he was never going to read. It gave him a headache. It was too synthetic. It's a lower oil concentration. This is somewhere between 15 and 18%, I'm sure. And it was just never going to happen. Even though some of us like it, some of us have a bottle, he just can't stand it. Well, everything happens for a reason, folks.
Everything happens for a reason.
Because this
it does.
Is far superior. They don't even smell the same.
Yeah, it's a
because of the aging and the oil concentration difference. And the timeline of them being filled, they've been filled almost 2 decades apart.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Oh my God.
Crazy thing.
Heshima It depends what you like.
Let me scroll down.
What's your favorite fragrance? And maybe Ross will tell you which one would work for you. One other thing is got a shirt inspired by you. It's a net button up. I'm glad I could inspire you. Let me tell you, I live in the south suburbs of Chicago. This is how I dress. I don't care what people think. Someone will smile at me. Other people think I'm, who is the butterfly? I don't care. I'm flying around and I'm happy as AF. And it's a.
Cheers
and I
to that.
Here you go. Let's see.
Hey, you're wearing pants. Good job.
It's the Valentino waves. Valentino did this pattern in the 60s, and I'm so freaking. It's so beautiful.
So wait, are you going to do like you did with the last Valentino set and literally buy every piece that matches it?
I have it already.
There you go.
I couldn't help it. Everything is so beautiful.
So the kind of checkerboard black and white V Valentino stuff he has, he's got the jacket, the windbreaker, the pants, the shirt, the sweater, the shorts. He's used whatever they made of it. He's got it.
I can't help it.
George has the drip. That he does. He's a drip master, that's for sure.
But listen, I'm single. I don't have kids. What am I going to do? My passion, what I love the most, fashion and my travels. That's all I have.
How many countries now? 110, 112?
Who's counting, Ross? 109.
109. I was close.
I haven't been to certain parts of West Africa and northern South America, and I have never been to like Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. I've been to Syria, Damascus.
I'm sure it's not the wisest move to maybe head to Iraq and Afghanistan these days.
Do you know what I would love to do, Ross? I would love to go to Persepolis in Iran, in Persia. And people will see that.
I've heard Persia's beautiful. I've heard that is beautiful. Yes.
And that's the inspiration for the two next seraphims that you've seen. That's from Persepolis.
Randy's birthday is in 5 days.
5 days. Have I been to Norway? I have been to Helsinki, Copenhagen, and Finland. I have Stockholm. Norway is Norway is Oslo. Never been to Oslo. I got to make it there one day, Ross. Right.
Never been. Safe to say.
So someone asked me about ever having a retail store in Chicago. I'm never going to say never, but I had one. I had a beautiful flagship store on Oak Street. I was paying $80,000 a month in rent and staffed and all of that. And I closed it before the pandemic and then went and reopened it to get our feet wet, which Ross was there when I was trying to get their feet wet to see after the pandemic, right? It was after the pandemic?
This was before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic. And I felt that it was time to go in another direction. So if I were to do a store, I would do a small.
You remember that?
250.
Remember when I took those pictures? That's at the store upstairs, guys. We just had a good photo op. I was like, you know what, George? Look up at that skylight real quick.
I did all that.
That's actually what the skylight looks like. If you change the angle, get rid of the exit sign. Look how good that came out.
Look at that. You found it quick.
6 years ago. That's 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was at the bottom of my pictures because it's so long ago. I've had the phone.
That's just signature. That's when just signature was
only
around.
Signature pour. It was only available in Nordstrom then. Zaharoff.com wasn't selling fragrances. This was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
This was the first time I visited Chicago.
I have my whole thoughts on that because Saks merged with Neiman's. Roy, if I'm ever in Oslo, you will be the first to know. I will meet you. We will definitely meet you. So with Saks merging with Neiman's and then Nordstrom, those are the only players. Bloomingdale's, they're all dinosaurs. So if I ever open stores, it will be little tiny 250 square feet of fragrances and little accessories. I miss my fashion, but you need industry for fashion. You need to have infrastructure and you need all of that. And I don't know, at my age, I'm enjoying myself.
Well, you're able to just pick up and go when you need to go to
Right.
another country to
Yeah.
do whatever business dictates, you know?
Right. And because when I had the store, customers would come in and say, "Is George here?" No, he's Oh, I'll come back. And so they wouldn't.
They just want to see
They
George.
wanted they wanted me to show them the swatches, and which I loved, but it was ball and chain, and so um, I'm just keeping it real. And then the property taxes and the insurance. Oh
The
my
monthly rent
God.
alone was, I mean, I'm not going to say you business on what it was
It was
crazy.
it was 70 grand a
God,
month, and then it was
you said it,
120.
70 grand
Yeah, and 120 a month, and then
a month.
$120,000 a year property tax, and then you have to staff it and
But it was
insurance.
prime location.
Yeah,
Cartier's across the street and places like that, you know?
there's Oak Street, right?
Oak
And
Street in
so
Chicago. It's basically Rodeo for Chicago.
right, and so I have done everything. From ideation to the final sell through, meaning to the customer experience. I have done the entire produce, distribute, manufacture of the ins and out of a fashion house. Even the legal aspects of it, where you sell your soul to a bigger company and all of that stuff too, where you don't own your name anymore.
Don't
So
do
I've
too
been through
much.
all
You'll
of
wear
that.
yourself out and lose out on the fun in life. All work and no play makes George a dull boy.
That's right, Roy's right.
Because Georgie Bear's a special boy, in case y'all
Yeah,
weren't familiar.
Georgie Bear's a special boy.
That's been a saying from the beginning.
So speaking of the past, I want to share this. So I closed the fragrance house down in 2002. The end of 2001, it was closed completely, but things wound down in 2002. And I went through this really very bad period I went into a big depression. And it always became of, oh my God, what could have been? You know, what would have happened if Escada had purchased Zaharoff and we were in 120 markets all over the world, and where would it be now? And all these ideas I had, and all of the stuff that went with the what ifs. And launching the signature pour Orum, up until Bzan, I was able to have all the closure of the past that was gifted to me by everyone in this room, the Zed heads, from the universe, from God. I really am so grateful, because I know people don't get those kind of opportunities and chances. And so for me to be able to finish these cycles, it's so huge for me. And it's like, it's peace. So Bzan is the inspiration, is the women's fragrance that was launched in 95 all the way to 2001. It's the Pour Femme. And we thought of
This
doing,
design is from the original cap.
right.
That's what
So
it resembles, guys.
if you
Women's
take,
cap.
there's a compact, if you could find it online, that that has that design.
I'll pull it
And
up.
and the women's fragrance had a swirl top, and the men's had the crown, which is what you see now in the men's fragrances. And what I did is I took the cap. There you go. There you go.
Yep. I knew they'd have one on eBay. Here you go. 65 bucks. You could own one.
And so what I did was I took the swirl cap. Can you, now that you did this, can you find the women's bottle?
Yeah.
This is a compact, by the way. That's solid perfume. So you would open it up and put it on your pulse points. And so beautiful. I was in my 20s doing all this. Okay, Jeff, I got you.
Dual limited bottles. So they have emerald green and they have the blue. I believe there was a purple one as well, huh, George?
Right. So if you look at the cap, that swirl that you see, there you go. I think that the cap isn't on properly there.
No, it's twisted to the side a little bit.
I took the top of the cap and
Here we go.
smashed it.
No, they still got it crooked.
Yeah, but that's okay. So I took the top of the cap and I pressed it down and created the compact. And so that's what you see on the face of the bottle, is the actual compact, or the swirl of the women's cap.
This is funny. So FYI, guys, if you want Signature Extreme 4-ounce, you can buy it cheaper from the brand than from this person online on eBay.
I don't know what people. Let me tell you something else, Ross. Go to the samples, where they're selling a sample for $35 or $29 if you're able to. I was just on here a moment ago, earlier today, because I just want to see. I know who all these people are selling it because I could go, they have their name and address, and I could just, their location. But you see, so someone
Oh
is buying.
wow. Wow. Seraphine Blue for 20. Seraphine
So,
Blue for 25.
and
You
do you
can
see?
get them for $7 and 10% off if you use my link from
So
George.
do you see the name? There's a name that's it's like a girl's name next to it.
Lucky
Yeah,
Chick
that's it.
88. Yeah.
What's her name?
Lucky Chick 88.
There you go. That's her. So she, because I'm able to look and see the city where it ships from, and it's an unusual city. So I was able to then go
A
on
lot
my
of them.
database. She buys the sample for the price
Yeah.
on my website and then sells it for whatever it is on
And it's all
there.
her. Every sample's her.
Yeah, she's selling the whole thing for, I don't know. I mean, God bless it. Maybe it's a gig for a
Literally
lot
every
of
sample's
people.
her.
Yeah, she buys this
$45
all.
for X, triple X,
Yeah.
and another X. Okay. Hey, more power to her.
And so what fictional
Thank you for
reality arts is
practicing.
saying, you're right. And I was talking with
Yeah.
somebody, and I was telling them
I'm sure
that,
she catches some people slipping once in a while when they buy them.
yeah, that's probably what it is, that they're trying to
Yeah.
look and they find it. So Bzan, the script is the Byzantine iconography script, and Bzan is Byzantium, and it's or if you really want to look into it, Bzan also means a dragon, but this is Bzan, the Byzantine. It's written in the Byzantine script. The box turned out spectacular, didn't it, Ross?
Yeah, it's very well designed.
Just
It's not
spectacular.
overstated like some of the design work, like Black Rose and everything, where it matches, it fits, it looks great. Whereas this is more subtle, and because it's an ode to the past, this makes
Right.
a lot of sense for what it is.
Yeah. It
It
turned out
doesn't have to be as
spectacular.
much flash and flare because you have
Yeah.
the remnants of what it's reimagining. I really like how you chose this route. You didn't go over the top, and then of course it's on the plate as well. Plate looks
Crazy.
great.
And look at that, how that turned out.
Yeah, the plate looks beautiful.
And
So is there any coloring to this, or is this natural?
that's natural. It's natural.
Boy, they
And
put a heavy gloss on this because it looks like ceramic, but I mean, I know it's metal,
and
but
it's
it
all
looks like
handmade.
ceramic the way it's glossy.
This is hand painted with crushed glass and pigment, and so all of this is by
Yeah, it
hand.
looks
Each
like a
one.
glazed, like lacquer finish. It's so
Yeah,
thick gloss.
that's what I kind of wanted. Look at that, fucking
Yeah,
beautiful.
came out really
Holy
good,
shit.
and the cap matches. Came out really good.
And I did the reason why I did made to
Right.
order is because the tariffs.
Which there's a pause in right now, so order your shit while you can, George.
Ross,
There's like 30-day thing, 90-day or whatever.
there's a pause on some things, but not on the components. So not on the cap and
Flowery, very flowery, creamy floral.
the floral oriental.
Not as fruity as the test batch that I had. Again, the one we sampled was not the final; it was the second to last.
Right.
A lot of creamy floral, and I could see where a lot of guys would enjoy this. This is definitely a little more ladylike, girly than my taste. Like Bloom is the edge of feminine for me because of the incense is what keeps me in with Bloom. Whereas Rosé and Black Rose, oh my God, I say the word masterpiece every time I talk about them.
And so it's the sandalwood, the Picos Manthus.
I was about to point out there's a creamy sandalwood floral combo here.
Yep, that's what it is.
I know there's a lot of flowers in this heart, a lot of different white florals and creamy florals. It's not super powdery, at least not right now. It's creamier than it is powdery. Yeah, it's not over the top feminine. It's just I know how much Heidi's like waiting for me to hand her this bottle. I had to go get the package from her. She hadn't opened it yet because Heidi's been waiting for this. You know, she loves it.
Hey, so yeah, so it belonged in the collection and it deserves to be there, and I'm really happy about it.
This is something like, honestly, this could go in today's wedding fragrance video for the guys that like the florals, because like a third of the fragrances I covered were different variations of florals. It was mainly leathers and florals. The Zaharoff that I went with was Signature Extreme, something bold, you know. So I
Yeah.
had some safer play stuff, some more dapper stuff, and then some more like bolder plays. That was one of the, like, when you really want to step out, outshine the groom kind of fragrances. Yeah, this is actually quite good. I could see where a lot of you are going to really get some wear out of this one that like the creamy floral wood combos, because it's not super fruity.
Right.
Like it's advertised as fruity floral, but I don't think it's super fruity like that.
And
George,
do you know like how beautiful the 2 ounce with the background coming out? It just turned out just spectacular. Look at that.
that's great. And he's still got it at the pre-sale pricing too, guys.
I know
And
I
then
have to
save
change it.
10% on top of that. So
There's not that many left.
yeah.
So I made a little bit extra. I was telling you that there wasn't that many left, and whoever I'm sending it to the international partners, there'll be nothing left. So
The freesia makes sense. I think that's where a lot of this freshness is coming from. So for those of you that don't know, if you're familiar with a lot of the reoccurring notes that Claude Deer likes to use when he has more control in fragrances he's creating, because sometimes depending on the brand he's working for, it's make this, Claude,
right.
you know. Whereas when he has a little bit of creative, you know, wiggle room, he likes to use freesia. You'll notice freesia and myrrh and patchouli are three main notes that you'll find across a lot of Claude Deer creations.
Yeah.
So freesia, when he wants to freshen a fragrance up,
that's what he does.
Per out of his mouth. He's told me when he wants to freshen something up, he likes to use freesia because it's not over the top flowery and it provides an airy freshness. This particular floral gives a freshness to everything.
Right.
So I'm not surprised to see it here. I'm thinking with the fruits, that's kind of what's giving me this freshness.
There's no way I ran out of battery.
Phone's about to die.
You good? You still on? You froze.
Yeah, well, I'm good. You good?
You froze for a minute.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, I'm good.
No, it could be. So, but it could be my phone. Anyway, Roy, good night in Scandinavia, and and yes,
oh, yeah, that's good stuff right there.
I hope that Claude's around for a little bit more time. I'm hoping.
I wasn't going to put his business out there. You know?
No, I know. I just hope that I could get more, because he knows I know that I have to. It would be prudent of me because of the sheer amount in the portfolio to go to other fragrance houses, not put everything in all of the fragrances in one basket in Mon. Just it wouldn't be smart. And I talked to a lot of other fragrance owners, and they were telling me to maybe just try to start working with other houses just to spread out the portfolio, because the value of if something were to happen, do you know what I mean? And so that's it.
Well, you know, unfortunately, we don't all live forever. We don't always stay young. Claude Deer is getting up there.
Yeah, so he might retire, he might, and so I just want to make sure. Claude is incredible. It was left brain, right brain. There's every fragrance in the collection. If I were to say, Ross, remove one, they all deserve. Each one of them is more beautiful. They're all beautiful.
Everything has its place. Everything tells part of the story and offers a different twist on the profile, while staying true to one of the main bases that are used. Because some of the flankers were used as bases. Royale and Noir are main bases, just like Signature Orum is for a lot of flankers. For those of you that didn't know, Rosé, Citrine, fragrances like that, they're based off of Noir.
Yeah, and so anyway, we'll see what the future holds, and as we also open other markets, and it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. And George, will the new Zed creators have samples just like the rest of them, David? Of course. We're looking for a fall for the Zed creators. We have the preliminary. All of them have picked their fragrances. It's done. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy the third.
For sure.
It's going to be time. The next couple of weeks, I need to finish the packaging. I want to keep it at an affordable price as I do everything. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it
I
goes.
told them we're trying to keep it between the pricing of the first 2 rounds, if
Yeah.
which I said, more than likely won't be plates because cost has to be cut somewhere to be able to do these types of things. So
We'll see how it goes. And so your guest where he gets his unique clothing style from. Alex, I have been in fashion. My mom was in fashion. And so as a little boy, I played in the bolts of fabric. I always wanted to be a fashion designer when I was a little boy. And so that's me. I've been doing this since the beginning. I was going to the shows in Milan and Paris when I was 20, 21. I was at DePaul University. Oh my God, guys, I had balls. Balls out.
Randy, there isn't 26 to 30 Zaharoff fragrances. There is not. Even with the Z creators, there's not that many.
Not yet.
No, because the Z creators don't count.
Right, that too. Yeah, so there's anyway, we'll get
Like
there.
I think with these two, I think you just got to 20 with these two.
Yeah. And so each one is more beautiful than the next.
Not counting the Z creators, because like I said, Z creators are a limited thing. They don't count as part of the main collection.
So
for pre-sale, you'll know when the time comes. There is no set date for a pre-sale. There's no set date for a launch because things are still being created, my man. You don't get ahead of the game and say we're going to pre-sale on this date, even though packaging hasn't even been created yet.
Well, you have Ross doing his third one. It completes whatever vision he had. It's something that he's been thinking of and dreaming of from the first Z creator, and I won't say anything more.
Yeah, I definitely, when Evening Mystique was still in the market, I wrote down what I wanted for a third.
Ross manifests, and then you have Justin, who anyway,
Long gone. Yeah, 2010 will never be made again. There's 250 bottles that exist that is long sold out.
So Orum is tobacco honey. I don't think so, but what do you think, Ross?
Orum is not tobacco.
Yeah.
At all. There's no tobacco in it whatsoever. It's cinnamon and honey and amber. Very sticky. There's hazelnut, coconut milk that I don't really get, but hazelnut. It's gourmand honey. Very spicy. It's like honey dripping all over cinnamon sticks in the opening. Very sticky fragrance.
And it smells really good. It smells good on Gustavo.
Sillage monster too.
Yeah.
That stuff will hang in the air forever.
Gustavo, you can get his discount. He has a link at the bottom or
wherever. In the top of the chat. You need to disable pop-up blockers, as we've learned. That's what, if you're not getting
that's doing it.
Yeah, pop-up blockers. You need to, or ad blockers or pop-up blockers. You need to disable that. Otherwise, the link won't provide the code.
Well, if they copy and paste the link, or if they pull up the Zaharof website and then they put it on the URL, does that work or no?
Well, it's not the main part of the link. Like, let me show you guys.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah, it's the back half of the link.
So.
Oh wow, it doesn't even. So the reference. Because it's I make the link individually. It's not the standard link because like when you click the link, it brings you straight to the Bzan page. Like I made this link for this.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there you guys have
it. Our link builder that we have through the platform through UpPromote.
Beautiful. So yeah, so that's the Bzan or anything else you want. You could move around. Once you get to the Bzan, go and pick a fragrance. It'll keep Ross's code intact.
Yeah.
And that's it, Ross. I was looking. Isn't it a monster? The women's fragrance is a monster.
Now, I don't know if it's a little fatigue from smelling the first one being so strong, but I don't find it's coming off crazy strong. But everybody in the chat was saying it's a monster. So I think I'm experiencing. My nose is wearing out a little bit because the first one was just so potent, like over the top. I could taste it, like I was drinking the damn thing.
And I have the captivating.
Much spicier. So Rick Reynolds, I don't know if you're still here. I get what you meant about the Sauvage Elixir spiciness in your post this morning. I don't think it smelled like Sauvage Elixir, but I understand where he got the relation from because the spice is really set in now. It's much more woodsy spicy at this stage, 2010. I see what he meant because that's a very woody, spicy fragrance. This definitely has levels to it. It's changed 3 different times so far, 2010. It smelled like 3 different stages of the fragrance so far. Like it doesn't smell anything like the initial blast or what it settled into. It's spicy now, like very peppery, cardamom, a lot of spice.
Do you smell the booziness to it?
It's still
It's
boozy
like a
and ambery. It doesn't lose that, but there's been a shift, a drastic shift, where it's very spicy, like drastically more spicy than the other two stages I've smelled so far. Yeah, it's much better than anticipated. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be bad. I knew it was good with the previous version, but I didn't think it was this much of an improvement when you cranked up the oil concentration. It really brought the base to life.
It did. It's a bit different experience. And I did. So just to tell you, I did it 20. I sent it to you. It wasn't as fabulous. Then I did 30, 40, 50. And when it came to the 50, I said, that's perfect. And then I forgot to count the number of bottles with the amount percentage. And so that's why it's 250 bottles. And that's it, guys.
Musk is the next release, right?
Yeah. Musk is the next release. And then I think
next year, right?
And I think the Privé is going to be after that. And of course, I might push to the following year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Captivating, the one that Ross has, is I'm obsessed about. I could douse myself in it. I just love it so much. I get so many compliments on it.
I'm super excited for Seraphim Musk.
Yeah.
I love a good, clean, fresh musk. You guys are going to like that one. That's a very, very easygoing fragrance.
Claude is so intensely... It's a masterpiece. I'm telling you, it's a masterpiece. There's nothing like it out there. It's a masterpiece. So
he gets excited still. Which at his point in his career in life, for him to get as excited as he does about certain creations just shows the true love for his art.
Yeah.
You know, because think about it, guys, he's been creating perfumes for over 50 years.
It's crazy.
To still get that excited like a little kid opening a Christmas gift for a creation, that's so rare. He's such a rarity in this space.
He is.
He's part of a dying breed, legitimately.
And we were fortunate to be able to work with him.
He created 3 fragrances for me. Yeah. I couldn't be more thankful.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me, Ross.
I'm glad you were able to do this because
he's great.
He hadn't left the office yet and he was super busy. And I texted him, so real quick, call me. And I called him. He's like, is everything okay? Because I know he's busy. So what do you have time to do a stream? You want to do a stream and say hello to everybody? He's like, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. I was very grateful for it. Thank you for giving me the time on your channel. I'm very grateful for that.
Always
it's been nonstop. Like I usually do my emails on the plane, but I shut it off. And from the moment we took off, I ate, slept for 8 hours. I woke up an hour before landing. Just a lot going on. And I'm glad we did this.
Me too. Because I mean, I'm sure we're still going to end up on the phone at some point. I mean, it's the
of course.
It's the inevitable. But I figured let's catch up. Everybody's been getting the 2 fragrances. Let's talk about it. Let's see what everybody thinks. I didn't open the package yet. I didn't even know 2010 was in there. I assumed because it was such slim pickings for him to get it out to you guys that I wasn't even going to get it, and I was fine with that. I understood the situation. He's like, "No, of course I sent it to you. You got number 3."
Yeah, number 3.
And I'm glad I do have it. Don't get me wrong; it is much better than that decant in the reject bottle, the old one.
Yeah, I can't have something that you don't have. I mean, you have to.
No, I understand, and I appreciate it. It's just based on the situation and the circumstance. I totally would have understood, because you had to cancel so many orders because you just really felt the need to crank it up the way you did, and I think it was the right move for sure.
And I see all the comments. Mariposas, where is that? Mariposas, is that the Filipino? And Ross, before I go, you said you're 3% body fat.
4%.
4%.
I bought the calipers last week. I was at 5% last week. I was at 4% this morning.
That's so crazy. And can you what's the lowest that a human body will get?
I had somebody argue with me and say you need at least 2% just for your organs to stay alive. But Ronnie Coleman was negative like 0.6% when he competed a couple of years, the greatest bodybuilder of all time. So I'm not going to get to that, but I could easily get to 3%, because it's not like I'm not going to continue dieting. I got another competition 4 weeks after this one. So
right.
we're going to refeed for a couple of days, but it's maintain, and I'm sure I might drop another pound of body fat by then, and I don't know, I might get down to 2 or 3%.
That's
It's
why
crazy.
I love it.
It's
I
crazy.
love
I'm
it.
way more. I'm shredded. I was
You're
not
ready.
shredded like this last year.
You're ready to go, Ross.
Yeah, it's wild. I feel good too, and I'm not as dry. I still get fatigued pretty heavily at this stage, but not as bad as last year. Like my body's adjusted because it's been through it
Right.
before. And I was told that the next time you do it, it's easier to cut because your body's been through it already. And sure enough, I was able to go further and deeper with it sooner. So that what I was told, because Lacey told me that last year. She's like, next time you cut, it'll be even easier and you'll get even leaner.
That's
Sure
wild.
enough.
Well, you're ready for it too. Stone, I hope we meet one day. I hope we meet. I hope we get a chance. We should do some kind of, it would be nice to do a meetup and meet everybody. But like you said, I think 18%. But you inspire me. I told Ross I'm jealous, but he does all the hard work. I mean, if I
Yeah.
wanted to get to there, I would have to do what he does, and there's no way that could ever happen. Ross is very, very focused.
You got to
It's
be willing to
unbelievable.
live in sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure. And I wish people understood that when you post it, it's what your group does. You take pictures to show the
It's a progress. It's a
change.
photo
Not-
video
yeah.
diary. That's what that IG page. I'm literally pulling that IG page up right now. That's
I
exactly
mean,
what
that's
it's
why
for.
this is, remember, he's in that group.
Yeah, that's 4% body fat right now, and I'm still losing
Yeah.
water and everything. Look at all the striations in my leg. We're getting there.
That's crazy.
We're definitely getting there. That was yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Congratulations, Ross. Yeah, crazy.
Thank you, Georgia.
I
That was
love
this
it.
morning. Oh, look at my legs today. Look at the veins. That's how lean. That's why I was telling my wife earlier. Like I'm definitely. That's how I know I'm below 5% is those leg veins. That's crazy. I've never
Look at that.
like that before. Wild.
That's crazy.
So trust me, that's why I'm excited to showcase it because I worked really hard. Steroids or not, you can take all the steroids in the world. If you don't do all the sacrificing and nutrition and the intensely training and all this for a long period of time, you ain't getting there. You can take whatever you want, That's a cop out. Yeah, it does help. I'm not going to sit here and act like it doesn't make a big difference, but it is not the only thing. It's not the most important thing. There's natural bodybuilders that look way better than me. Way better. So it's all about what you put in.
What you've done and what you've done is incredible. And Randy, have a good night. I think what you've done is incredible. And so
I appreciate that, George.
Good stuff.
I love it. You got to be somewhat of a psychopath to love this lifestyle.
A little bit, because you really have to focus in and really do it. And you did it. I don't know how. I don't know, man. Well, it's huge. So as long as. But it inspires me to go to the gym 4 times a week. It inspires me to do my thing, not as intense as what you do, but at least I keep fit.
But George, like I told you, I was able to compliment Captain. He was in my last live stream before, because I always use you and Captain as the example. For guys in their 50s, you're in the top 1% of guys in your age bracket for the shape you keep yourselves in. You guys are in incredible condition. Most guys in their 50s don't look like you and John do.
I don't know. And I don't know how guys my age, how they like travel and lift luggage. And I don't know if you don't work out, or at least just keep in some kind of shape. You can't, I don't know how it would be able to do it like without it. So anyway, all right, Ross, have a good night. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for coming and spend a little bit of time with us, George. Congratulations on all the success Zaharoff has been experiencing as of late. I know it's been a dream for you to finally get open in Italy and France and all those different places. I bet it was a great time for you to go do those events.
And we've talked about it for how long? I've been talking about this.
Oh, since we met. This is an old multi-decade old dream of his. But the best post I saw from all of this was the window to the store with the Coco Loco graphics on the glass panel to the store. I bet you love that. Yeah.
It's
that's being showcased right there.
Yeah. And you guys can see it on my Instagram on the Zaharof. If you don't follow me, do you know, Ross, from the flurry, I actually went up like 10,000 followers on Instagram with all the postings and all of that. I looked at like, oh, wow, we're at 25,000. That's crazy for me to see that.
So this one?
Go ahead. Let's see.
This was one of the events he was at.
That's one of the events. No, that's not it. It's
Is it this one?
Let me see.
No, because that's not multi-pictures.
So
This,
check that one
I
out.
know it's in the stories. It's in your stories, if nothing else, for the World of Zaharoff page.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Claudio,
No, I
signing
guess not.
bottles. Georgie Bear's a special boy. Like
Yes. What do you think of the outfit?
it's very George Zaharoff. There we go. Let's see. I think there's a still image in the stories too, though. Evening shout outs to Evening Mystique, available in Italy.
Yeah. Trying to peddle this push Evening Mystique, explaining them to them what you're all about, Ross.
Whoop. Let me try to quickly pause it. There we go. So there's all the graphics from the box. They're right here. You can see the arm sticking out, the Coca logo. That's on the glass wall to the store, to the perfumery. He is the featured brand at this perfumery.
It was wild. And then it says the two figures on the bottom.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy. You can see the hands kind of sticking out. I could have swore maybe it was your Facebook page where I saw a good big still image of it. Because
I think I posted it on Facebook. You're right, in the Z Lounge.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
So, but congratulations, George.
Thanks, Ross. Thank you, guys.
Well
Much
deserved.
love, everybody. We'll talk. Blessings.
Have a good one, Georgie.
I'll talk to you later. Ciao. Bye.
George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see where we're at. Hour 31. I got a few more minutes I can spare. I need to eat. But let's see. Best place to get Evening Mystique. Are you here in North America? Your best bet's going to be the Z Lounge, George's Facebook group. They get swapped from time to time and go up for sale. That's going to be your best place to find it reasonably. Otherwise, you're looking at eBay, unless you're in Italy. They got a few bottles in stock. He held a small, which I told you guys last stream. He held a small amount, a few boxes with some bottles because they wanted an iris fragrance when he launched in Italy. So that's why there's some Evening Mystique available. It's not like it's new bottles that were poured. It's still that same batch. There was some that were put to the side for the launch because they wanted an iris fragrance because he didn't have Seraphine Blue at the time. They didn't have that's the iris fragrance he's got in the standard collection, Seraphine Blue. But it's also an aquatic. So it's a very different iris fragrance. Whereas Evening Mystique is resinous and smoky and all that good stuff. Very vetiver heavy in the base. Very evening appropriate, as the name would indicate. So yeah, Z Lounge is going to be your best bet, my man. It's posted in the Z Lounge. Yeah, so Z Lounge for that picture that he was talking about. I believe this is my last sip. Which means, boys and girls, we have made it to the end of our time together. This is going to end the audio-visual portion of our tour. Let's see. Coco Loco is very much a summer fragrance. It's like a bowl of fruits with a little bit of like fleshy coconut, not so much a sunscreen or creamy, milky kind of coconut. It's like actual chunks of coconut. Think like coconut shavings, like the kind of you'd find on coconut shrimp or coconut cake, like actual coconut. That smell mixed with a bowl of fruits, clementine, pineapple, apple, citruses, all this and it's very vibrant and bright because the cardamom kind of lifts the profile of the fruits. It's a very fun Rio de Janeiro Brazilian fragrance. Carnival is the inspiration for that, hence all the lively colors and masks and the pavement and the brick pattern and everything on it. It's a very fun fragrance. But that is definitely a summertime fragrance. A little creamy for a summertime fragrance, but it totally works in heat. Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This concludes our broadcast. Yes, for sure. So it is a rebottling of the same formula. They just put it in the new bottle. People keep messaging me, and I'm like, I know. We talked about it on iFragrance already. Yeah, so it's 2016/2024, just in the new bottles, which I think tomorrow or Saturday, Victory Absolute comes in. And then Saturday, my fragrance by order comes in. So I got some fragrances coming. So we'll be doing those over the weekend. Let's see. Anything else I want to touch base with you guys? This is probably going to be the last live stream until I get back from my contest. So not this Monday coming, but the following Monday, we'll probably go live and catch up. And then the following live stream after that, we'll be doing some decants that Kaylin and Jason had sent me. I promised them we'd do that in one of the next live streams. So not really going to have the time. It's peak week, busiest time for competitive bodybuilding is peak week. It's locked in. I'm going to be backloading some content unless I'm just in the mood in the mornings after cardio to do content like I normally do. I'll probably do content ahead of time while I still have some energy, because we got a lot of day-by-day changes leading into the show. So for those of you just joining, I will be on stage next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday in Alabama. It's the warm-up show. It's for the main show that's here in Panama City Beach. That's in June 21st. So contest season, because I'm taking a good 1.5 years, 2 years off after this to grow. Going to have loose skin surgery to get that taken care of and heal and all that. So I'm having long extended time off from competing. I won't be competing again until probably at the earliest mid to late 2027. So got to enjoy this process while I can, because it's going to be a while before I compete again. But I'll keep you guys updated at Ross.jc12 on Instagram if you want to follow along every day for the morning updates. You know, I usually do a little quick shirtless midsection update and see ab veins and all this other stuff. I know not everybody cares, but some do. Some like me enough to care what's going on in my life that doesn't involve smelling things. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Check out this morning's wedding fragrance video, which was heavily requested. If you haven't yet, tomorrow, I got a few things I was thinking about doing. I'm debating on revamping the coconut fragrance list. Kara requested a very salty aquatic fragrance, like more ones that are really salty. I got several I could do as far as that, more salt marine heavy aquatics. So that one's in the queue. It's kind of between those two on what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So it's going to be summer fragrance related. It's either going to be coconut or it's going to be salty aquatics tomorrow. I think we might do salty aquatics and then coconut maybe for next week, because going into the weekend, I got a fragrance haul. I got new Invictus. I got other things coming in that I can do other videos on that I want to get done before get those test stripes. SC care enough to do that. Test stripes. Aldehyde dominant. I've never done that, and I do like the aldehydes, and I do have some good ones. I don't know if I have 10 really good ones. I could do 5 or 7, though. I'd do 5 for sure. I might be able to do 7. I'll keep that in mind, Kenneth. And your package should be showing up any day. All the member giveaway packages went out yesterday, so you should have it this weekend. But what the fuck are you talking about, Jason? Test stripes SC. Can you elaborate before I log off? Because I'm genuinely curious what you mean. I'm confused. I might look like a dumbass right now. I don't know. Test strips. Get those test strips. Okay, so that's because I saw stripes. And I'm like, I don't know. There is no notes for 2010. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. George don't even know who perfumed it. This just, and you can't get it anyway. Unless you happen to buy it when the 250 were for sale a month ago. You can't get it anyway, so it's irrelevant unless you have it. There's no notes. You just got to, what it smells like to you is what it smells like to you. There are no notes. That's why I was breaking down what it smells like to me, since he ramped it up another 30%, because it did change. It did change. It's a banger. Polo Red's getting pushed down again. I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. Fucker's good. So on that note, we're finally out of here. Thank you guys for coming and join us. Thanks to George for spending a little bit of time with us. There's just a couple of bottles left of Bzan. If you want to grab it, I would encourage doing so with the 10% off. Of course, I do make a small commission. That's up to you guys. If you don't want me to make $1, don't buy it through my link. I don't know what to tell you. But you also miss out on 10% off. So you get rewarded. You get hooked up to hook me up at the same time, you know. So I appreciate it. If so, if not, all good. I just hope whoever gets Bzan enjoys it. Whoever has 2010, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, y'all have a good one, guys. Check out this morning's video. Tomorrow will be Salty Aquatics, which will feature Lattafa Atlas. For those of you that saw the shorts video earlier, it will be recommended, regardless of that gentleman, regardless of Buttercup liking it or not. So y'all have a good one, guys. See you on the next one.